I do this. Bear with me, yes. So, yes, I believe you. Your right hand. So I state your name.
I, Nathan Fletcher,
Do I solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our supervisor, my supervisor, Nathan Fletcher.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon. I got to tell you, it is such a wonderful and beautiful day to see all of you out, and I'm so touched that so many of you would come out. In order of starting, where's Brisa? I gotta tell you, the labor movement needs to be glad there hasn't been like an America's Got Talent scout or something. You'd be gone. Let's give her, what an incredible, thank you so very much to our pastor, Pastor Bob, and so many folks who are here with us today. We appreciate you being here, and we appreciate the way that you approach the issue of compassion, morality, and spirituality. And we're thrilled to be members of your church. If the Catholic Church would quit opposing my wife's bills, trying to seek justice for people who've been harmed, then maybe we might be at Mass a little bit more, and maybe they might be here. So we'll work on that. But we appreciate you being here. But it's great. And then Norma, who did the pledge. Now, Norma not only did the pledge, Norma's been my partner in some fights and in some scraps. And in particular, she came to me several years ago, and as usual, the strong women know more than the dumb men. And she said, "We have this." That's true. I know it's true. She said, "We have this problem with deported veterans." I said, "You can't deport a veteran. You get citizenship." Well, you're supposed to. But Norma said this is a problem, and with her leadership and with ACLU leading the way for years. We formed a coalition of labor and activists and my wife and all kinds of folks, and we have been successful in getting millions of dollars to help them, passing legislation and efforts, but we've also been successful, and when you think about the Trump environment and the world we are living in that same time frame, we brought home people who had previously been deported unjustly. Yes. And we're thrilled that one of those who came home is with us here today. Let's give it up for Hector, who's Barajas here. My brother. We love you, Hector. We're grateful that you're here. To the elected officials that are here, the honorary mayor of Hillcrest. And I'll tell you, if you don't recognize the honorary mayor of Hillcrest, you will hear about it. So, my queen, thank you for being here. I think we got a future mayor here. We'll let y'all sort out which one of you it might be, but Barbara and Todd, thank you so much for joining us here today. It means a lot that you would come out and join us. We appreciate that. Our tax collector, Dan McAllister, now my colleague at the county and elected official. We appreciate you, Dan. Now, Dan, I'll tell you, you're in a crowd of primarily Democrats, and we like spending money, so, we're all right with you. We're all right with you. We don't mind that. We don't mind what you do. And obviously my family who's here, our 4 boys are here, and Papa's here. And then, of course, there is no greater force for justice that I've ever seen in my life than my wife, Lorena Gonzalez. She gets up every single day and she fights for what's right. She's a tremendous mom. She's a tremendous wife. Some of you heard me say this. People come up and they go, your wife, she's just so much. I'm like, it's hot, isn't it? love you. Thank you so much for being here. I also want to say a special thanks. We have some county workers who are here today. And our county only works because you work. And we value our county workers. We got some frontline workers, we got social workers, we got eligibility workers, we got some deputy sheriffs, we got some probation workers. We have a lot of folks. We got our home health care workers who are here out providing care and help and assistance to those who need it the most. And we never forget as supervisors that the work of the county is only possible because of your work and dedication every single day. And we will fight to make sure you have the staffing and the compensation and the training and the support that you need so that we can fulfill our mission, because none of it's possible without you. And then we got all kinds of other environmental justice, community leaders, immigrant rights, healthcare advocates, so many of you who stood with us in this fight to win this campaign and this election, and who now are going to stand with us as we move forward. And to all of you, I just say I'm tremendously honored to be your county supervisor, and to serve the public, to pursue what is emblazoned on the motto, the noblest motive is the public good. And so, without a doubt, our election marks a little bit of a transition. It brings a little bit of change. Some might suggest some long overdue change. But it does begin a different approach and a new attitude. Yes, at least one person of a different political party. But as we bring new ideas, as we bring progressive priorities and philosophies, new insight on old assumptions, different perspectives, challenges to the way it's always been done, I want you to know that the representation that we have and the voice that we speak has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with each of you. It is your voice that we share and that we lift up. It is your ideas and ambitions and desires and dreams that we represent. And my supervisor office and my presence on that board is merely a reflection of the values of each of you here. And that's why we're here. We're here at a community swearing in because it's the community's voice and it is the community's seat. And I thank each and every one of you for being here today with us as we celebrate. We share the belief that opportunity should be available to all, that we have to continue on the path of a more perfect union. And I'll tell you, for that to become a reality, we will need you all to stand up and fight, to join with us, to speak up, to show up, to come down to the county, to get on social media, to organize and drive and help us bring the change that we so desperately want. The belief in the dignity of hard work. The belief that health care is a basic human right and should be available to all. The belief that regardless of your country of birth or the color of your skin, that we are all God's children and should be treated with dignity and respect and humanity. The belief that everyone, regardless of their zip code, should have clean air and clean water and access to quality food. The belief that if any child is left behind, that it affects all of our children. The simple fact that we are all in this together. The notion that you hear people say it, you fix that problem, just don't fix it here, don't do it here, don't do it there. It's like people are saying there's a leak in your side of the boat. But if you've been in a boat, it doesn't matter what side the leak is on, because we're all in this boat together, and we have to all be a part of finding those solutions. And in closing, I'll tell you, rest assured that our office will never forget why we do this. Why we signed up. Public office is public service. And you have the opportunity to improve the lives of those that you represent. We do it for the social worker. We do it for that person whose professional vocation is dedicating to helping those most in need. And they need a board to put in place policies to give them the help and assistance that they need. We do it for the immigrant. Hard-working, law-abiding, tax-paying person whose only dream is for a better life. People who should never live in fear because a deranged president seeks to capitalize on fear and racism to sow the divisions within this country. We do it for the parent whose child has asthma, not because of genetics or chance, but because they live in the wrong zip code. We do it for the hotel worker, the retail worker, the working class person whose only dream is not opportunity for themselves, but the promise of opportunity for the future. A worker who can't afford housing, but has 2 full-time jobs. We do it for the veterans who survived war, but are struggling to survive the peace that follows. We do it for so many out there that are counting on a board of supervisors to not only be progressive, but aggressive, and to be responsive, and to be compassionate, and to listen, and to lead, and to fight. It is about them, it is about all of you. And as your voice, we will continue to need you. We will need your help, not only moving this board, but we will need your help to continue to expand the progress that we know is vital to our long-term success here in San Diego. So I thank you all for being here today, for being a part of this community celebration, for being a part of this community and this effort. We are eternally grateful to all of you. And with that, thank you so much. Enjoy the food, enjoy the game. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very, very much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you.